Guys, we got a brand new snapshot. This is 23W44A, and all these changes that we're seeing in these versions will eventually make it into the 1.21 version. But before we get the 1.21 version, we're actually going to get 1.20.3 for Java, which is going to include all the changes in these snapshots except for these new experimental features. Hello there, right here, and I hope you all had a happy and safe Halloween. Let's take a look at what's newly been added to Minecraft, including a new cape that's been secretly added to the Java edition. But before we take a look at all the changes in this snapshot here, they did come out with a B snapshot for the 43 versions. This came out last Friday, and this usually only means that there is something major that they fixed, because the 23 means the year 2023, the W means week, and the numbers following it is the week out of the year. So this is the 43rd week of the year, and the letter represents how many they had per week. So normally they just have A, meaning they only put one snapshot out a week, but if they have a B snapshot, or a C or a D in some cases, it means that they made more tweaks to the game, and they usually don't do these unless it's something pretty big. So it turns out they had to fix some crashes related to starting up on servers, as well as a crash when leaving the confirm realm screen. Now, we haven't seen a B version for quite a while, meaning that these snapshots that they've been putting out have been very stable overall, despite them being snapshots. So when it comes to this new snapshot that just came out, 44A, we're not seeing any new additional 1.20 features added in. So far, we got the crafting table, as well as the new copper things like the bulbs, doors, as well as the new tough blocks, which means the next thing we're looking forward to is the trial chambers, which include the trial spawners and the new breeze mod. But they said that this week's snapshot is taking a break from adding new features. And meanwhile, they did do some changes in this version, including decorative pots will now use the loot tables and will actually read from the loot table tag key, so it can give you items within. This is great for map makers, and as we know, this will probably be used in the new trial runes. As in this clip here, you can see that there is some decorative pots hidden within the trial runes, and it makes sense that you would break them and that they would drop some cool loot. Possibly even some new items. So what type of items would you like to see coming out of these? Or what about the loot that comes from the trial spawners when they are completed? You could get the new chiseled copper using the stone cutter, but if you would switch out the copper for cut copper, it was missing the cut copper recipe, so they added it in. They fixed the subtitles for walking on top of polished tough blocks, as well as the subtitles when it came to the new copper bulbs and trap doors. The copper door had this weird little air gap here where there's some pixels missing, so they filled that in. And they also fixed a problem where the item in your hand wasn't looking the same as the actual door. Notice the X in the door reaches all the way to the corner here, where the X in the item only reaches to the top and doesn't reach all the way to the other side. So now the textures on the doors as well as trapdoors are updated. They improved the brick look for the tough bricks. Before it was like this, where the stone bricks line was right here and the tough bricks line was kind of right here. And it made them seem a bit jagged. So they actually flipped this brick upside down, so the dark crack will be like all the other bricks at the bottom rather than at the top. They tweaked the bat for Java Edition, so the bat's head will no longer be upside down when spawned in. It will also have its ears a little bit higher up, like the Bedrock Edition's version, as well as have its head not so far out, but instead more centered on the body like Bedrock Edition. When eating some coarse fruit, the burping and the eating noise was actually played at your old location rather than your new location that you teleport to. So now you'll be able to hear yourself eat and burp while you are teleporting about. The tick command also got an update when it comes to choosing how many ticks you want to step ahead. Now this can only work when you first freeze the game, so we'll go ahead and freeze it. Now if we choose the tick step, by default when you hit enter, it's going to advance the game 1 game tick or 1/20th of a second. When before you had to come in here and add the extra text of 1T or just 1 in order for it to do the same thing. This will make it easier for testing, so you don't have to write out the entire command to do a quick test. They also made some tweaks to the return command. So when using return and then trying to run something, like I'm trying to give myself this advancement, if the advancement would succeed in this case, then that means it would return a certain value so that you know that the command worked or didn't work. If it failed, they'll give a different value. And they edit it so if you don't give it a value, the value will be a default of 0. You can take these values and you can store them using like the execute store command, or you can use them in functions so only something will occur if the function succeeded. Speaking of functions, functions also got some updates as well, and so did the execute if command, where now they'll handle different situations much better. Your computer's memory won't get consumed so much while using the function command. There has also secretly been a new Minecraft cape being added to players, and it's called the Cherry Blossom Cape. and although it was given out to Bedrock Edition players on October 12th, it has been slowly been rolling out for Java players starting on October 26th. But this cape doesn't actually go out to everybody, it's only given out to people who have voted in the Minecraft mob vote for 2023, either on the Bedrock Edition, or voted through the website, or voted on the launcher. This is probably in response to the overwhelming amount of players that were trying to stop the mob vote this year during the Minecraft Live event. There was a hashtag stop the mob vote and it was spamming during the entire Minecraft Live event. This was probably a way to encourage people to participate in the mob vote, because after all, you would get a free Minecraft cape, and everybody loves their Minecraft capes. You can see what it looks like as a normal cape, and how it would look if you're wearing an elytra. Now the Blossom Cape's name probably comes from the recently added in blossom trees and their lovely blossom particle leaves. This was also illustrated during the Minecraft Live trailer, where these blossom petals are floating through the air, collecting all the different players, which eventually make their way to Minecraft Live. Now when it comes to Bedrock Edition, there's a lot of customizations that the player can have, but some of these are behind paywalls. They also do have a few different capes, so I didn't think much of it when Bedrock got another cape. But since it's secretly been giving out to Java players as well, without any official announcement by Mojang, it seems like that maybe they're going to come back with bringing in more capes into the game. We've seen this with the start of the Migratory Cape, for Java players that upgrade their Mojang account to a Microsoft account, and also the Vanilla Cape. If you happen to own both Java and Bedrock Edition on the exact same Microsoft account, then you would get this cape as well. I know a lot of people had the same problem I did when trying to get a Bedrock Edition onto the same Microsoft account as my Java Edition account. Microsoft emails are just so finicky, they kept throwing an error and wouldn't let me log in with the same account. So I actually had to end up making a separate Microsoft account just to purchase my Bedrock Edition account. And then when they eventually did promote this new cape thing, they didn't allow you to actually combine your two accounts together, but they also wouldn't help players that had this problem, and they would just end up not getting the cape. What's your opinions about Minecraft capes? Do you think they should give one out like at least once a year, or make it kind of special? Now come play with the new Minecraft features over at my Twitch livestream with me, and you can get your very own Minecraft server just like me by using ProtoTech hosting servers. You'll even get 25% off if you use the link in the description or code RAY, and I've been happily using them for the last 8 years. You can find all the details on how to join my testing server on my Discord, where I've been designing some new automatic farms using the crafter and the copper ball. I'll see you all over there. Bye bye!